Get it all over with. What is your fear today? What scares you?
Snakes.
Snakes. You got a fear? Spiders. Boy, you're in luck. I got a special surprise for you today. I polled and looked at the surveys in life, and across America, they listed, I can't even get this open. There we go. They listed the top 10 fears that people have. Number 10, necrophobia. Anybody know what it means? Necro, fear of death or dying. Real fear. Brontophobia. I got it wrote down here. A fear of lightning or thunder. That's number 9. Number 8, carcinophobia. Cancer. Fear of getting cancer. Ametophobia, fear of vomit or vomiting. Acrophobia, fear of heights. Claustrophobia, small places, that's right. Agoraphobia, a fear that there's no help available. You're all by yourself. It almost sounds like there's a fear of confined places and then a fear of too open of a place and nobody can be there to help you. Aerophobia, a fear of flying. I'll touch on that one in just a minute. Social phobias. It used to be the number one fear that people in America had is what I'm doing right now, standing in front of a group of people and talking. Number 10 was death. Number 2 is speaking in public. So can you imagine a funeral service? Somebody would rather be in the casket than standing behind the casket talking about the guy in the casket, right? And number 1, thank you very much, arachnophobia. Brought my little buddy with me today. You want me to preach with her on my shoulder?
What's her name?
Her name's Charlotte.
Seriously?
Yeah. Our little spider, that was Noah and Dylan's birthday present a couple of years ago. They never hold it. Well, you can look at her. Just don't take her out. She's kind of shy this morning. Arachnophobia. Here, I found another 5 that I thought were funny. Real fears. They're kind of funny, but not real funny. Here, let me read these to you. Ablutophobia, a fear of bathing or taking a bath. Every little kid has ablutophobia, right? They don't want to take a bath. Chlorophobia, a fear of clowns. Yeah. All right. Dendrophobia. No, fear of trees. There are people that they see a tree and they just wig out. How do they live? I don't know how they would. Maybe in the city or something. New Mexico. Here's mine. Pantherophobia. A fear of mother-in-laws. Amen. That's right. If you met my wife's mother, you would understand. And then the last one, which I thought was ironic, especially why we're all here this morning, ecclesiophobia. A fear of church.
No.
Yes. Do you know there's some people that just don't want to go to church? There's some people that just think, hey, church is boring. How many churches can you go in and you find the pastor laying on his back trying to fix a piano and now he's bleeding all over himself? We're like no other church you'll ever find. What is your fear?
There's a fear of like a somehow somewhere sitting there watching you everywhere you go.
That's right.
Mine's not on there.
What's your fear?
Dark water.
Dark?
Dark water.
Dark water versus light water, right?
Yeah, great lake.
Okay. Fear is real. And I tell you what, the cycle of anxiety is real. Even God knew that. If you'll look with me in your outline, if you have one, our first point was, what is your fear? And if you'll look at the passage comes from Proverbs chapter 12, verses 25a. Look how wise God was about anxiety. Anxiety in the heart of man causes depression. God knew that anxiety in our life would affect us physically. There are thousands of people that go to an ER, an emergency room, every day with panic attacks, and they think they're dying. They think they're having a heart attack. They can't breathe, they can't move, they can't function. And it's anxiety that is affecting them. We had talked about doing real high felt needs as part of our initial series here, and what can be more real than something that we all face. Sometimes we have fears of what life lies ahead. Sometimes we have fears of, is my life going to be all right? Sometimes we have fear of the unknown. What's going to happen next? What happens after high school? College. What happens after college? Well, hopefully I get a job. Depression. Yeah. That's right. What is your fear? Now, today is more about application than anything else. I don't want to spend all my time talking about what our fears are. What do we do with our fears? Number 2, be honest. We have to be honest. Too often, we try to play that macho card. I'm not scared of nothing. Come get some, right? Nothing bothers me. Aerophobia, fear of flying. Me and my wife, to adopt our oldest daughter, flew from St. Louis all the way to Kazakhstan. I'm sitting on the tarmac in St. Louis. We had a flight to Chicago that lasted all of 39 minutes. Scared to death of flying. But my wife was scared, so I had to say, no, I'm all right. Wiping the sweat off my palms. We flew to Chicago. By the time I got to Kazakhstan, I really wasn't scared of flying because I'd been on a plane for almost 22 hours. Sometimes things in our life, we can overcome our fears. Sometimes we have to endure our fears. Sometimes we just have to cope with our fears. But we've got to start by being honest. Be honest about what affects you. Be honest about what you're going through. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with those that are around you. My mom and dad subscribe to the idea that we don't tell the kids what's affecting us. We'll keep it all to ourselves. But you know what? Me and my brother knew when things were up. And that actually caused more fear in me because I didn't know what was going on, but I knew Mom and Dad were upset, but they wouldn't tell me. They must be bad. Am I dying? Are they going to get rid of me? Are they putting me up for adoption? What are they going to do to me? Am I in trouble? Well, let's be honest with one another. Let's be honest about what we're facing. Look at the passage here. Psalms 39, verses 2 through 3a. It says, I kept quiet. I kept quiet. Not saying a word, not even about anything good, but my suffering only grew worse. When we keep things bottled in, it doesn't make it better. When we keep things bottled in, it doesn't make it better. It says, and I was overcome with anxiety. The more I thought, the more troubled I became. What are we going to do? Identify your fear. Be honest about it. And then number 3,